Hara, Hara,
Alright, welcome to Tickets, get your tickets for the Psionic Aftermath Kohai show. Welcome. Okay, so it looks like their first player is not here at the moment, but should be soon. So instead, while we are waiting for him to show up, we will be starting with our second match. This is a practice match for the Alpha Team League Kohai, and we'll be facing off against Psystorm. Because this is a practice match, we will see at least 4 games today, and it should be some good indicators of the strength of our team as we're early in the season, and just some good fun for everyone and our friends at Psystorm. Okay. Let's see here. It looks like we should be having... oh gosh. We should be having a ZVZ, for starters. The reason why I say, or why I'm a little bit... you know, as a caster, sometimes you look at the players' names, and you're just kind of wondering, how did they intend for this to be pronounced? I'm gonna pronounce this as Ijwanda? No. Ijwanda? Yeah, I guess that works. Versus Snoopy. Now, Snoopy is actually a Masters 1 Protoss, but he will be off-racing as Zerg for the duration of this team league, or at least until his Zerg gets to pass the MMR cap. At any rate, should be some good games, and yeah, it will start off on Blue Shift. Sorry about that. Anything else I want to mention? Blue Shift, ZVZ, short rush distance. I mean, most of the maps in the map pool are pretty short rush distance. Fracture, I think, is shorter than Blue Shift, but Fracture can be walled easier. Not that that matters too much in a ZVZ. It can make a difference, though. Okay. And we are underway with our first match of the I was gonna say day, but we already had a clan war. Anyway, here in the upper right, as the blue Zerg representing Psionic Aftermath, it is your favorite neighborhood dog, Snoopy. And in the bottom left, as the yellow Zerg representing Storm Community, it is Edwanda. Okay, so Misery right off the bat pointing out that we have this nice and early pool coming out of Edwanda. Meanwhile, on the other side, Snoopy has what used to be a build order loss, I would say, but now it's stabilized as people have learned to pull drones and buy time until their first lings come out. So we'll see. Okay, his pool is going down now at 115, and hopefully he can get something done. This is not too committed from Edwanda. He is going to make these 6 lings, and then there's no gas behind this, so he may get at most another pair of lings. But he's going to look to cancel this hatch and or kill this hatch, and at that point he should be happy with his damage, and maybe pick off a drone here or there if he's lucky. As it is, his 6 lings are going to show up now. This hatch is here, but it's not yet complete. Snoopy's just gonna probably let this finish and sack it just so that he buys time for his own lings. Okay, he's does not seem to, okay, he is in fact going to pull the drones. I wasn't sure at what time he wanted to do that. His hatch is getting pretty low. He wants to save it. He has enough drones here, but there's a lot of lings. I was mistaken by the drone, I think there was another wave of lings, and, okay. Supply advantage is still in Snoopy's favor, but tempo is, tempo I guess is kind of even. All in all, Edwanda got the damage he was looking for, and he's gonna just play defensively now as he gets that speed started, and there's he has more lings here. Snoopy has to be really careful, actually. I don't know how far along his Snoopy's speed is like a hair behind, so he just needs to go home. And actually, seeing this many lings out of Edwanda, Snoopy is not going to be able to drone right now. He does have a Baneling nest, so at a certain point he can... Okay, there are those Banelings, and this may actually be cancelled again. Or killed, in fact. Snoopy has Banelings. I don't think he can let this finish. He does in fact cancel it, and the Banelings are going to escort the lings of Edwanda out of blue territory. Or they could just get some connections. That works too. Edwanda is trying to pick off these Banelings with some nice ling micro. He is going to slip past the Banes and into the mineral line of Snoopy. This is not what he wanted at this juncture. Looks like someone did not put on game heart. But all in all, resources loss is pretty even. Snoopy losing a little more gas as he does have the Banelings, but yeah, I think Snoopy he's alive, and he has better tech, but yeah, he's actually up in workers. I don't feel like he needs to push this issue. He's gonna go for this hatch, and if he gets this hatch, he can secure himself a nice lead. Hopefully he has a pair of Banelings at home to Okay, he's gonna morph 4 banelings now. This is a little bit late. As the Lings are running in on both sides, we have a very explosive match. No drones left for our gold Zerg, and he will tap out. Snoopy taking the first game of this series. Exciting base trade to start things off. I mean, sort of base trade, semi-base trade. It's one of those, like, it's a base trade, but we're not attacking buildings, we're just wrecking economy because low econ and reasons. So, happy Lings, happy blue Lings are going to eat all the drones and put PsiX in the lead. Okay, let's see who their next player will be. Okay, it looks like we should have what was going to be our first match. Should be Honey Bear versus Faith. A PvP on Parasite. At least that's what it's shaping up to be. We'll see momentarily. Okay. Honey Bear is here. Faith should be here momentarily, and yes, Sun Lily. ZV. Alright. Zed versus Zed. Okay. Yeah, it is a little bit of a crazy game. I think, like, the Ling Bane phase of, like, okay, so two things that really went well for Snoopy is that he always had the drone advantage, and then in spite of losing that hatch 1.5 times, like, he had superior tech technically. Like, the speed advantage for Idwanda was only there for like 2 seconds, and the banelings for Snoopy were there indefinitely. Effectively speaking, like, it was just having the banelings allowed Snoopy to really deal with the Zerglings. So from what just happened here? Hang on. Leave party. Okay. I've completely forgot what I was talking about. Something about Ling Banes and Banes being better. Common sense stuff, but, like, I mean, theoreticals and then execution are not always the same. To that end, I will say that, like, it was kind of dicey for a moment as the armies kind of circumnavigated each other, but as long as Snoopy had banelings at home as well, it wasn't the, like, he just needed to stay alive, right? Because he had, he was up 5 workers, so, like, he could match the output as long as he got his injects off. So maybe, it's kind of hard to say what the, I think Snoopy just opted for an all-in kind of response, because, like, he never made more drones. But he was ahead on workers, so can you call it an all-in? I guess Snoopy did have to kill that. Had to do some sort of economic damage in order to maintain or make use of his drone lead, since his hatch was consistently delayed. Yeah, that is a considerable amount of APM. I mean, it certainly helped him at the point that he was microing the banelings. Like, he got a decent connection on the Zerglings when he first made the Banes, like when he was at home. But yeah, all in all, craziness. Happylings nomming away. Yeah, I know. It's such a small tech thing, but it's still tech, right? Baneling is tech, technically. Maybe. I'm not a Zerg. I just masquerade as one. Okay, so we should have faith in Honeybear momentarily. I think there was some server switching, getting over to NA East, I imagine, since Faith is Swedish. Not Canadian. Oh, speaking of, why didn't the other Faith send a song in for Canada? Anyway, he may not have known. I don't think he's that active on the Discord. It's so funny. We have this Faith that everyone knows pretty well from Sweden, and then we have another Faith that is on a fair amount, and it's just not as well known. I think he's Canadian. I'm not 100% sure. I've talked to him like once. When, you know, the one time I talked to the other Faith is when both Faiths were talking in the clan chat, and both of them, it says PsiX Faith. There's no variation whatsoever. No profile picture to differentiate. So when you're reading the clan chat, all you see is, in green text, PsiX Faith, and it's like, is one of them just saying the same thing? Oh, like, is Faith having a conversation with himself? What? Yeah, What is this? What are we talking about? Um... I see. So, I guess there was a little bit of confusion on MMR caps. So, were this a normal Alpha Team League match, this would not be eligible, but it looks like Baxter is going to allow it since it's just a friendly clan war. Might be something to agree upon, clarify at some point in the future. But well, we'll see what happens. I think Faith, I don't know if it's still the case, but he used to feel very comfortable in PvP. At any rate. Spawning in the southeast as the red Protoss for Psystorm. It is Honey Bear. And to the top left as the purple Protoss, we have Faith.
Game paused.
Oh no. Okay, I'm just a normal observer. Good, I don't have to. Excuse me. I'm not sure what the pause is about, but Parasite is supposedly good for cannon rushes in PvP, but we're not going to see that here, as both players have opened with the gateway. And my reason for pronouncing it as Parasite instead of Parasite, as it probably should be pronounced, is because para actually is a word in English. Para is apparently a kind of currency. I was just looking at it. Let's see here. It's a monetary unit of Serbia equal to 1/100th of a dinar, so I suppose it's their equivalent. It's a Serbian penny, effectively speaking. Okay. No, more likely when they said parasite, they were thinking of the prefix para, which would mean beside, so, or next to, so next to site, next to this location. So whatever location, site LE, ladder edition, it's next to a some site on the ladder. I don't know. I'm trying. Oh, thank you. We haven't gotten anywhere. It's bound to happen, right? Well, now that we have the overlay, let me reintroduce the players. Here we have Honey Badger, and up here we have Faith. Because you totally couldn't see that before. Faith is gonna go down this box. I wanna say this is gateway. is actually this is Zest. 6 adept DT. Okay, so something about adepts is that they can actually trade alarmingly well against stalkers when there's 6 adepts and not stalkers. Like, Honey Bear has stopped at 4 stalkers and he doesn't have a way to avoid being pissed out. So this could actually be very damaging to Honey Bear, because it does lose and adapt. That shade could have been a little bit better. Oh. Hi. Sorry. I switched the wrong one. So what you missed was 6 adepts came in and killed 7 probes, as well as a stalker. Now we have the DTs coming out of Faith, and they're here with no detection yet for Honey Bear. So fortunately, you did not miss the last tail end of the action, and oh, okay, there is an oracle. So there is a form of detection, and that will buy enough time for the observer to get out, as this one DT will not kill this robo in time. It does eventually fall. Oh man, thank you Snoopy for your graces. So patronizing. DTs are gonna try again. I don't see this doing much. No! 2 DTs for 2 probes is not what I consider worth. Okay, Glaives is underway. I think Faith has been watching Trap play too much. And, the oracles do go right over that. The stalkers are not moving out to do anything about it. Honey Bear is gonna say, nah, you can have your Glaives. Yes, Misery. I know. I fixed the overlay. Oracles are going to fly in now. There are 2 shield batteries, but that does not stack. So, whereas the oracles do stack. So they're gonna find themselves a nice 12. Oh, that was interesting. Is Honey Bear playing a PVZ? I have not seen Phoenix's lift units so that the oracles can get more probe kills. See, I can't even say that right! Oh man, this started so nice for Faith in that his adepts got a lot of damage, his DTs got a lot of initial damage, but he just... Oh, I thought we were frozen for a second. He just took so much damage on the retaliating oracles, and now all he has is this 1.5 base Archon all-in that he doesn't even have the sanctity of hidden pylon. Like, this was scouted earlier. I guess the consolation prize is that in all of this, Honey Bear never shut down this pylon, so this prism can theoretically micro but I mean, he has. Oh, he has glaives. It's something. Guardian Shield will go up, and the Prism is looking to get some more Warpins. Archon is actually putting in a considerable amount of damage, and it did not fall in all of this. The shield batteries are just now completing this fight, was taken away from all of that as he wanted to hold the ramp. But now that the shield batteries are here, I don't see Faith breaking Honey Bear anytime soon, and Faith is going to tap out. Oh no. What is this clip? What is this clip? I do not want to know what this clip is. I have a bad feeling. I have a very bad feeling. Hopefully that clip is just about the... No, no. I may have finally gotten my own command. Oh boy. Oh, Honey Bear said he doesn't know the matchup, so he probably is playing PVC. Oh. Hey, for a PVZ, that looked amazing. I don't even know if you guys could hear anything I was saying during that pre-roll. I'm pretty sure that it mutes me. So... Oh man. Good grief. Oh gosh. So awkward. At any rate, our next match is going to be Droptimus versus Deity, a TVT on Cerulean. Now, I really want to know where... I should look this up. But Cerulean must be an actual place, or at least some name or color or something, because there's also Cerulean City in Pokemon. So, what is Cerulean? I feel like it's... like, I should know this. At any rate, I'll, take a look at it after I introduce these players and make sure there's no funny business going down. I believe we're at 1-1. Okay, spawning in the upper right as the Yellow Terran. Representing PsiX, it is Droptimus. Let me fix that overlay while I'm at it. Okay. double check. Yes, it's not on the pre-roll video. Okay, good. And in the bottom left, as the Red Terran representing Ice Storm Gaming, it is Deity. Okay, double gas coming out of both players. Relatively standard for TVT. In other matchups, we might consider it a cheese, or cheese potential. But anyway, cerulean is in fact a color, a deep blue, like a clear sky. So it's a deep watercolor. I don't think of sky as having deep blue. I think of it as having light blue. So that's a curious definition. Someone was talking about this cerulean being like, or cerulean fall should be cerulean falls, plural, because falls are traditionally plural, whereas fall, singular, gosh. Oh, it was Siziep and Mr. Evely. Don't remember what conclusion they came to. But fall, singular, could also be fall as in autumn. So I think the theme of the map pool names is this like double entendre. We tend to have map pool themes. So like once upon a time we had Neon Violet Square and Black Pink, both of them being colors and both of them being like the Black Pink tile set, or dark and pink tile set. And now I think we're kind of having, like, I think that's an intentional, like, it should be falls, because cerulean falls makes logical sense, as that would be a color in a place. But that's not relevant at the moment, as we're going to see this Hellion and 2 Reapers get caught by the Cyclone and Marines of Droptimus, and this is a really good start for our Red Terran. Banshee is coming out behind this for Droptimus. He'll be able to put some nice pressure on his opponent. There's no missile turret going down, and not even an eBay, so I don't think Deity is quite expecting this yet. He does have the SCVs pre-pulled, so he can... Actually, he still loses that Cyclone, and suddenly things have gotten really scary for Deity. This bunker is being salvaged, but it's not even going to salvage in time. And suddenly, Deity is in a world of hurt. He is fortunately going to be able to maintain the ramp, and that's going to give him some peace of mind for now, I suppose. But there is now a Banshee, another Hellion, or Cyclone is here, and with the second Cyclone, Droptimus now has plenty of DPS. He can cloak that Banshee and get some more kills. The scan does go down, so the Banshee will just back up, but already 2 supply depots going down for our Red Terran, and he's losing workers. There's still this attack from the front, and I think this may be curtains already for the Red Terran, taking considerable damage. All in all, that actually wasn't as bad as I was expecting. He does actually clean this up, and I mean, he's down in workers, considerable amount. 8 workers, but Droptimus does not have a command center on location yet, so that is the one saving grace. And Deity, he's not dead. He's he's not dead. I feel like that's a common caster statement at the end of like chaos. Like, well, this person that was attacked is just not dead. But what was I talking about before all of this? I was talking about something. Something having to do with Cerulean. Oh, well, I'll save that for later. The Banshee is going to come back in, or a second Banshee is going to come in, and there is a Raven in production, so it probably will not get to force a scan. Oh. Droptimus is scanning. He sees the Raven. Okay. So now he's gonna run! Or not. He's just gonna die. Oh, man. Okay, there's a missile turret and Raven, so we're not gonna see any more Banshee harass. Anyway, there's not another Banshee out. There is a third orbital for Droptimus, so he can look to catch up in that economy. I mean, he was not behind on economy per se, but he sacrificed a little bit of economic startup power for his attack, which got him a lead for sure. But he was definitely the aggressor, and there's always that balance of like investing into army versus economy. He's going to throw some nice interference matrices down, and there's going to be a anti-armor missile in response. The Raven for Deity goes down, and that may be the end of this game. The Red Terran, he has died. Okay, so we will get into our next match, which will be Volticus versus Misery, another TVT. This puts Psionic Aftermath at 2-1. And anything else I want to mention before we, other than it being a mirror matchup, I don't think I have anything else. Fracture short rest distance, easier to wall, shouldn't matter, TVT. Yeah, okay. So like Parasite, as I mentioned already, it's like the other site or next to the site, but para is actually a word, whereas para is just a prefix. So para is like the Serbian penny. So maybe Parasite is a site in Serbia. I don't think so. But and then you have Cerulean Fall, which maybe we're not talking about a place. Maybe this map is named off after the idea of there's these trees that when it is autumn, these trees drop blue leaves, and that's Cerulean, right? So at least I thought there was. I'm not entirely sure. It might just be I could have sworn there was. Let me double check this. Make sure I'm not just spewing nonsense out of my butt. I might be thinking of a different color. I'm not seeing... Oh, maybe it's purple. I don't know. Maybe it's a dye thing. I don't know. Because blue is really uncommon in nature, actually, so that doesn't sound right. Purple is more common. At any rate, we're on fracture now, so cerulean is going to be irrelevant. And emerging from the ice, it is the Green Terran for Psionic Aftermath and Cranky Ducklings. Volticus. And to the upper left, as the purple Terran, it is Psystorm Misery. Okay. So we're going to see another TVT, and likely to be fast double gas again. At least from Volticus. I don't know how Misery likes to play. Okay, he is going to get that second gas now. And the SCV is going to go out for a scout, I presume. Oh. You know, that doesn't... Where is this queued? Okay, that is a scout path. I thought it would have... Okay, whatever. New maps. I don't know where units move on these new maps. I don't know. Let me fix the score. And okay, overlay is correct. Anything else? I don't believe there's anything else I need to do. Okay, mirrored builds so far. No real deviation. Slightly faster orbital for Volticus. Otherwise, pretty much identical. And Volticus is going to use his Reaper to check for proxies, doing his due diligence, making sure no cyclones are about to hop up his ramp or otherwise give him grief. And the two Reapers of Misery are going to move out now. We should see them try and find some damage. They are going to barely pass the Reapers of Volticus, so ships in the night. And the Cyclone is going to get that first kill on that Reaper. Now Volticus can come back with his two Reapers and finish off the retreating Reaper. Hellion is here for Misery. It does get the delay on the low ground CC. So it looks like Misery has opted for the same opener that his teammate Deity went for off of the gas. He's gonna actually follow up with Cloak Banshee instead, though. And we'll see how this plays out. The Reapers are here for Volticus, and he should see the Tech Lab researching. He can infer, of course, that is Cloak. And the Banshee will be out to deal with these annoying Reapers that did, in fact, find themselves a SCV apiece. And it will now go across the map. Back at home, Volticus does not have energy for a scan, but he is building a Raven. And we should see this Banshee get maybe a... No, okay, he does have scan energy now. Okay, Banshee's not gonna get anything. Just kidding! Volticus is on top of things. And this Banshee will go down without... or not. Okay. Banshee lives to fight another day. Oh! Just kidding. Recently I was talking to Snoopy about how it is the gamer's job to make casters look bad. That Banshee is doing its job. Okay, we're gonna see another Banshee come out, and if Misery is lucky, Volticus will be out of position. But the Raven... well, the Banshee is actually coming to the side of the base that the Raven is not on. And there's no missile turret at this location. There's also not as many workers here. So, we'll see what happens. Okay, that Banshee is going to get a pair of... or 3... 4. Okay, it is ushered out. But, 4 SCVs for 2 cloaked Banshees? Well, that second Banshee is still alive. So it's still providing scouting information, it's still doing something. We are gonna see a siege tank and a pair of Cyclones come up. Banshee is going to harass some more. Auto turret going down, not quite killing off that Banshee. Meanwhile, this forward push runs into tank fire and is gonna be ushered out immediately. Scan does go down for Misery, sees exactly what is up that ramp now. And he's gonna swing around to this other side, try and use this cliff perhaps to zone out, but actually the Cyclones are here and they're trying to pick off that medevac. It does go down, and with the injured Banshee, Misery is now in a lost all ability to gain high ground vision short of scanning. Volticus wanted to drop the tank. Interference matrix goes down, not quite getting that tank though. And Misery is gonna retreat. Tail between his legs. There is a Misery is gonna want this tank soon, and it may not survive. Volticus is aware of it, with his sad Marine that just got shelled on. Okay, Volticus is going to put on the aggression now. It's a funny expression, put on the aggression, like aggression is clothing or something. But I imagine it stems from, like, there's a lot of other put on this, put on that. Okay. We're gonna see the... is that Cyclones? What? Wait, what is in here? Yeah, 2 Cyclones. Cyclone drop coming out from Misery, gonna swing around to the main, I presume. trying to poke at his opponent. Volticus is in a, I would say, slight advantage after all of this is said and done. He's gonna lose a tank, and the Cyclone is picked up. It's coming over to the third, but there's enough green here to ward that away. Scan does go down out front of Misery's base, and the medevac also falls. Okay, so Volticus is going to siege up this location by the natural, and Misery is actually gonna load up for a drop. Guess he's gonna swing around and doom drop. He's kind of opting for a base trade by doing this, and I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know what else he could do, but it seems kind of, I don't know. This is just gonna get here so late. There's not a whole lot here for Volticus at the moment, and these, don't get me wrong, these Marines can definitely get a lot of damage done. Oh, ha! Never mind. They're only going to get 9 SCVs, and they will be shooed away by this massive force back at home for Volticus. I did not see that there. I guess it was defending the third, and Volticus is going to get cleaned up on the high ground. He still has a sizable force on at this low ground location. The Viking is going to give air dominance back to Misery, which is pretty critical given the kind of siege that he is facing. Instead, Volticus is going to swing around and retake the high ground with the tanks and Marines, but he doesn't have any Marines left in this attack, and we do see that drop coming back for Misery. Gonna try and get some more workers. And over here, this tank line has not been broken, so this drop does get cleaned up in the end. And Misery is pushing this tank line with some drops of his own, but Volticus is going to come up the other ramp, and Misery is going to tap out. Yes, Sushi, there is a frozen Nidus worm on Fracture. That is correct. Okay, and that will be the end of this as Psionic Aftermath wins 3-1. Actually, I'll just quickly show that. Yes, there is a frozen Nidus worm here, and there is a frozen Nidus worm here. So Fracture does have some Zerg decor. At any rate, that concludes this cast. Tune in for other Psionic Aftermath events, and catch you guys later.